Hey guys, Brian Fisher with Edge Fitness, hoping you're having a wonderful Wednesday here this week. As you know, I've been doing this for 20 plus, actually training 25 years, massage 21 years. You just think back, what are some of the highlights along the way? Been blessed to work with so many great people out there. A number of you are watching this right now, so it's just, a big thank you to all the many people that I've been able to work with. But one thing I was thinking about the other day was just kind of, back to one of my very first clients. We think about, what are some of the best success stories that we've been able to work with people. And again, blessed to work with so many people. I tell people, good job so much. I try to be positive, encouraging, uplifting that way. And some people say, oh, I think you're being too kind. It's like, well, it may not be that they got the exercise perfect, or those reps perfect, or the nutrition was spot on, exactly what we were looking for. It's like shooting at a target. If you hit dead center on that target every single time, there's not enough of a challenge for you with what you're trying to do there. It's not difficult enough. It's not pushing you enough. We want to find what's the hardest thing that you can do well. If we're shooting at a big target, there's a lot of room for some error, a lot of grace within that. We want to bring that in. Okay? Not everything, again, has to be perfect. It's progress, not perfection. So we're rewarding that effort, that consistency of always showing up, always struggling through something, but doing your best with it, to do it the best that you can, the hardest thing that you do well, and then that improvement that you show, the effort that you continue to give. Those are the big things. But when we look at, so that's more of a little bit of how I define success personally when working with someone, seeing that effort that they're giving and the progress that they're making there along that journey, that path. When I think back to what some of those success stories are for me, one would be the very first client that I ever got to work with. Now, this was back in 2001 in my undergrad at University of Northern Iowa, and had a client that had some pretty serious health issues, but personal training was a way for that person to continue working on their health goals. And this person was incredibly inspiring because they just, every time they showed up, they worked hard and they kept pushing. And I had in my mind, I'm like, wow, this person can only do this much, but they each time exceeded my expectations and continue to exceed those expectations every single time that they came in. And this was someone that we actually had to work with using a gait belt. So I'd hold on to that gait belt, walking behind them as they're working with their walker around our indoor track. And when we first started, someone else had gotten them to this point through a lot of hard work, and I was able to continue that. So tremendous blessing to work with this person. We could barely do one lap around the track, and that was difficult for the time that we had. By the end of it, we were doing multiple laps with ease, not really having to use the gait belt. It was on, but there only if we needed it right there. And this person, they just kept going. And we put them on a machine or give them some weights, and it's like, all right, here we go, I want you to do 10. They got to 10, you could just see it, and they just blew right past it. And they go to 15. And I'm like, okay, great job. They kept going to 20. It was so awesome to see how hard they worked and how much they wanted it, and being able to be a part of that part of their journey. They kept going after I left. They worked with somebody else after that. But seeing the work that they did, that was incredibly inspiring. To me, that's a real great success story right there. We love exercises, we love showing people all that great fun stuff, but it is the effort that people give and seeing them work so hard with it. We got other people that, fitness isn't just about fat loss and muscle gain and getting faster, getting stronger. It can be overcoming anxiety and depression. Had tremendous success with individuals on that, just to see where they can come in and now do so much more than they ever thought they could in the gym. Maybe struggling to do 100 meters on the rower without stopping, and then building up to being able to do thousands of meters without stopping some days, or maybe having to break it up a little bit. But seeing people overcome those obstacles and turning them into opportunities to really succeed in that. able to play. We love hearing people when they come in, hey, I could do workout in the yard, work with the garden. I could play with my grandkids. I could get through a whole day of work or a really stressful week at work without that low back pain. I feel like I can actually get in the miles that I want for my running or for this hiking trip or for summer vacation. Those are the successes that we love people seeing. When you hit a point where you've reached a fat loss goal, a weight loss goal, a muscle gain goal, those are great. We love celebrating those as well, but it's the greater purpose that fitness has that we really love to see that success for. And we would love to help you with your success story. If it's something that, man, this would be really cool, I want to have success like that, we'd love to help you with that. Again, been blessed to work with a bunch of other people. Would love to have the opportunity to help you on your journey. If this video was helpful, like, subscribe, share, go to someone you know, love, or reasonably tolerate, and let them also see how we can maybe come alongside them, alongside you, to help you take your next steps on your fitness journey. So go get after it today. Have a great day. We'll see you next time.